Good evening, and thank you all for joining us tonight at this fantastic event. We've heard from 8 other amazing startups talking about problems that they're trying to solve. And I'm here to firstly close out the night and get you to a drink and some dinner, but also to talk to you about another complicated and wicked problem, and that is methane emissions. Methane is more than 25 times as potent as carbon dioxide at trapping heat in the atmosphere. A key contributor to methane emissions is burping livestock. There are more than 1 billion cattle globally emitting more than 3 billion tonnes of methane emissions annually, making up 30% of total global methane emissions. Now, one cow produces about as much methane as one car. My name is Ron. I'm the CEO of CleanEyre Global, and I'm part of this amazing team that has technical experts with a diverse array of skills across marine biology, seaweed production, and farming. And they will help us solve this wicked problem. The story of this is really quite unusual in terms of connecting seaweed with cows. And it's not something that naturally comes to mind. It was discovered by accident back in 2006 on Prince Edward Island in Canada. And the cattle farmer, a guy named Joe Dorgan, could see that his cows are eating seaweed down on his nearby beach spots, were thriving and looked much healthier, bigger, shinier, and were producing much more milk than the rest of his herd. This Canadian ag scientist, a guy named by the name of Rob Kinley, he found out about this and was super excited about to explore it further. And so his early research quickly established that the seaweed wasn't just producing better yields and healthier cows, it was actually reducing their methane emissions by as much as 20%. So in collaboration with the CSIRO, he started this research project and tested a heap of other seaweeds. Kinley found that Asparagopsis, this one red seaweed, was the most effective at reducing methane emissions in livestock by this radical amount of over 90%. And it still delivered these amazing yield and health benefits to livestock. He also found that within the Asparagopsis there was this key compound called bromoform. And it's actually bromoform that actually inhibits the methane production in livestock. And not only is Asparagopsis the most effective, and this is a really important point to note, you don't need that much of it to make a difference. Only 0.4% of Asparagopsis in feedlot as a supplement. So the implications of this are really profound. So now, what's the connection? So going back to where this all started. So it was obviously a research from CSIRO back in 2020, and they created a company called FutureFeed to commercialise this world-changing discovery. And FutureFeed holds the global IP for the use of Asparagopsis seaweed as a livestock feed supplement. And so what's the connection between FutureFeed and CleanEyre? So CleanEyre is actually one of only 5 organisations across ANZ that has the licence to commercially produce Asparagopsis under licence with FutureFeed. So CleanEyre's home is on the Eyre Peninsula, a breathtaking coastal region in South Australia known for its pristine beaches that stretch along the turquoise waters of the Southern Ocean. And it's also a region renowned for its aquaculture. It was at the Eyre Shellfish Oyster Hatchery where it all started, in the small and isolated fishing town of Cow on the shores of the Franklin Harbour. The Franklin Harbour is a truly unique place with both Asparagopsis species growing in its waters, both the cool climate Amata and the warm climate Taxiformis. It's actually one of the only places on the planet that this occurs. So the team leveraged its years of experience growing seaweed used to feed the baby oysters and its existing infrastructure to learn about Asparagopsis and the science behind it, but more importantly, the opportunity that it represented to battle climate change. Initially, our focus was to grow the seaweed in open water and in large outdoor dams. However, the outdoor environment couldn't be controlled. Faster growing competing species would overtake and not allow the Asparagopsis to thrive. There are genuine challenges and concerns. Sustainable production at scale is difficult, and we needed to find a different way. So the team locked themselves away again and leveraged their experience with growing seaweed in the oyster business and tried to grow Asparagopsis in a controlled environment. They used the upright bag system and it worked. We could control the water temperature, salinity levels, light, nutrient levels, and we could keep other species at bay. The moment we cracked the code was incredible. Our IP had developed a formula to grow both species of Asparagopsis on land, and we were able to reproduce repeatable and consistent levels of the key component bromoform, that secret spice that eliminates methane emissions. And what was even more important is we were delivering bromoform levels above the licence requirements of future feed. And having the licence to produce Asparagopsis is one thing, but delivering consistent high levels of bromoform is what's going to set us apart. We were super excited about this and really started to seek out other partners. And we were wanted to be aligned to our mission and could support research, product development, system design, grant support, and also market trials. And one of the amazing partnerships that we've established is with a company called EnviroBeef. And EnviroBeef aim to add Asparagopsis to their omega-3 ingredients and then market the combined cattle feed supplements to produce EnviroBeef from cattle, which is healthier for the environment, and also beef, which is healthier for the consumer. Another thing to talk about is the town of Cow and how there is real excitement about creating this new industry with such unbelievable scale. And so it's so important for us to make sure that we get buy-in from the community to help grow this business. We have partnered with the local Cow area school and TAFE SA to support a range of aquaculture programs, supporting career pathways across the Eyre Peninsula, creating our future workforce. So what gives me the most pleasure, though, is seeing the smiles on the kids' faces when they jump on the punt or they look at Asparagopsis under the microscope for the first time. So it's been an ongoing effort to develop this eco-friendly solution in livestock farming practices. And what's great, this is actually an Australian technology, and we are leading the way globally. Asparagopsis offers the livestock industry the means to rebalance the control in the ongoing discussion about the environmental effects of meat production. Our legacy will be the lasting positive impact that we make in the community and the environment. And by 2030, our goal is clear, eliminating 10 million tonnes of methane gas emissions annually, and we'll achieve this by supplying Asparagopsis feed supplement to the global market. So I invite you to come along and join us for the journey. Thank you.